Hey everybody, it's Rory from A&S Gear. We've got another speed feed from HK. So this is from their EVO line of speed feeds. This is their all aluminum speed feed. So if you're looking for durability and ease of use, the aluminum ones are primo when it comes to like the Rolls Royce of speed feeds right here. So we've got both of them up on the table. So there's two different versions now to fit the die loaders. We've got this one here, which is going to fit our rotor, our like Gen 1 rotors, and our LTR. And then this one here is designed to fit on the R2. Now the R2 speed feed comes, or the R2 lid comes off really easy because it just has a little bit of like a toggle, and then you can pop the lid off, and then you'll be able to put this one on. If we look at the bottom side right here of the R2 version, there's a little, you can see a little button right there that says press. And when you press on this button, it retracts the posts in, and that will allow us to hook in to the section up here on the lid or the shell, and then have our speed feed be on there. Now, everything about the speed feed on the EVO series is aluminum. So the surround is aluminum, the fingers are aluminum, or the flaps are aluminum. These are on actual springs. So unlike the rubber versions of like the Epic speed feed, where it's just relying on the rubber itself to return it to its original position, the fingers or the tabs on the EVO have an actual spring in each one that brings it back to its original position. So the drop on these is really easy. They easily bend down. So there's not a lot of resistance when you're pouring your paint in, and then the spring brings it right back up. So, and also because of that, the stop on the other direction. So when I'm trying to push from the bottom and up, because we have an aluminum back of the finger pushing up against the aluminum surrounding piece, it doesn't bend back at all. So it is completely rigid going backwards, but easily bends the other way. Unlike on the rubber ones where I can bend the tab back up and out, and that's how you lose a little bit of paint every once in a while. These ones, no paint's popping out of this one. Unless for some reason your tab breaks or you have a tab that gets stuck down because you've overloaded your loader, there's no way paint's coming back up through the top right there because it just physically can't move. So let's put these on. I've got a rotor, both in the LTR version and the R2. I'm going to lift my lid up here. I'm going to remove the original lid by pushing down on the tab and popping my lid off. Now I'm going to take this one. One thing you do have to remember about this is the spring setup. So you have a little arm that you can see right here. You want to make sure that you get that arm and catch it on the top like that so that it does bend back. Otherwise, you won't get the springiness of the lid. Where'd you go? There you are. So one tricky thing could be is finding the actual hole for the other post to make sure that it lines up. And usually you just kind of wiggle it around and then you'll feel it kind of snap in. I've got this side in already. I'm trying to get that other one in on the other side. Struggle's real. Come on. There we go. Got it to snap on there. So you just got to find that right little spot where those posts are going to pop back out through the holes. So you can see they pop out from the side here. And if they don't line up, that post is not going to go in the hole. And then you're going to have one side that's a little bit off. So there we go. We got it on there. Nice fit. Everything looks good. Perfect on there. Paint goes in. Paint's not coming out of there. So our R2 Now for our LTR or rotor assembly, this does take a little bit more work. So we've got to lift up our lid. We've got to release our tray and pop our tray off. And then we've got to take these screws out. It's the only way to actually get to the tray where the speed or your lid is originally positioned in there. And I'm pretty sure we've done some videos in the past on how to change out the speed feed on these, but we'll do it again for this one just so you can see it. There's going to be 5 screws that we're going to take out. All right, and that's going to allow us to get to this section right here. So this lid hinges just like that. Now there's a spring that you can see right there, and there's a post that runs through. Because of the shape of this, it's not flat. The lid itself is concave, convex, concave. It's rounded, whatever way you want to look at it right there, depending on how you're looking at it. So the post that you see in here cannot just slide out. If it did, that would make it way easier. So the post that is right inside here, I cannot push this post completely out the other side. Because of the shape of the color kit right here, once I push the post over, and watch, I'll push this one over. You can see the post is poked out on the other side. It actually hits the color kit right here, and it won't slide out any further. You can't push it all the way out and then just drop your lid right off. So what you have to do is you push it over just enough so that it clears the edge over here. So it's sticking out more on this side, but it's inside on this one. Then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to lift the edge up. And you can see the pin is right here, but it's still sticking out over here. Now, I guess in this position right here, I could push the pin this way and push it all the way out, because now that it's at an angle, I could pop it up. But I don't want to lose the pin, and I don't want to lose the spring that's in there as well. So what I do is then I push this back the other way. Now I've got my spring, and I've got my pin. I can take my spring and put it back in here. If you push just right, you won't push this all the way out. It'll stay like that. And then you can just kind of like, boop, pop it out. But just make sure you don't lose those right there. Now we can take our, where'd it go? There it is. Our new one. And again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to push the button in so that these retract. We're going to drop it in, and then we're going to find the 2 holes where those go in. We're going to rock it back and forth until we feel it catch. All right, we're on there. We've got that set up. Then we can take our top shell, put that back on, and then put our screws back in. Now I'm going to just put one on the top and bottom to give you guys an idea. When you're putting these screws back in, do not over tighten them, because you are putting this screw into the plastic color kit. There is no metal grommet or anything in there that keeps it from stripping. So if you just crank on it, you'll strip that plastic housing, and then it will be loose. But there we go. I've got that on there. We can lock that into place. Drop our tab down, and there we have it. So there is your EVO Speed Feed on your LTR or rotor, your Gen 1 rotor, your original rotors. Those are the ones that have like the window cut out right here, not like these ones. And then the EVO Speed Feed for your R2. Either way, they're both available now, all aluminum EVO Speed Feeds for LTR Gen 1 rotor and Rotor 2 or R2s on the website. You can pick them up at ansgear.com.